if there was like a place where I can have some unbiased reviews of people's experiences, that would be amazing. And so I literally just started the group FitPro Mentorship Review, and I set it up. I garnered a lot of attention right away, shared it with a couple of big names in the industry, and they were really supportive and they spread it out. And the funny thing is, a bunch of people from that same cohort, from that same mentor, ended up coming in the group and leaving similar reviews about their experiences as I did. So it was really comforting to know that there's other people out there who are sharing the same experience that I had. And then I'm not this like one-off person who just happened to be massively overcharged and under-delivered upon signing up for the program. So the group was really just set up initially as just a really safe space for people to openly talk about their experiences with mentors, courses, anything that could be sold to Fit Pros. And I was still running my business at the time, so I kind of just let it do its thing. I was moderating a little bit. I would approve people every once in a while when they requested to join the group. And the group grew really steadily, organically throughout the years as I was just continuing to run my fitness business.
It's crazy. Like I used to be a member of that group before, obviously, when I went into the business coaching sort of space.
Yeah.
And the way that I learned about the group was another guy in a coaching program that I was in told me about it. And he said, look at the reviews that our mentor was getting, right? And it's just really like, I think there's a huge element of word of mouth of people learning about your group that way.
Yeah, exactly. And it always comes up because someone in some group will be like, hey, has anybody worked with this person? And then someone will be like, hey, join AJ Morton's group, FitPro Mentorship Review. That's the only place where you can get unbiased reviews. And so that happens a lot, which is great. And it's by design. It's what I want to have happen. I want people talking about people before they hire them. Like, I can't believe so many people, even now, are just jumping into programs without a whole lot of social proof other than what's being given to them by the person that they're about to give their money to.
One of the points that is so important here to point out is the reason it is such a great independent review site is because you specifically do not allow any mentors in there. If you find someone in there, you kick them out, and it's kind of like they're up to something shady. And the way I see it is that there's two types of mentors. There's those that are absolutely terrified of your group and what's being said about them, and with good reason. And then there's those that are really happy that it exists. And I think it's such an important thing to have an independent review of the industry. Otherwise, people can get away with having an amazing sales process, an amazing marketing process, but a terrible delivery on those promises.
And that's exactly kind of what you're seeing in the industry is excellent marketers, really great marketers pouring endless amounts of money into their marketing campaigns and taking people's really hard-earned money and then really, really dropping the ball on delivery. And are we allowed to swear?
Yeah.
Not really like giving a shit about the client and about their results and about the money that they were just paid. Like, I can't tell you the stories I hear. Like, I remember talking to this one new member of mine who reached out to me, who was in a similar program that we all know about. And he's like, hey, look, I just got out of the Army, first of all. So he was serving our country. And I just gave my last $10,000 in my Roth IRA to this program. Yeah. And it was terrible. And I got on a 30-minute free call with him like I do with all my members if they want. And he said, AJ, that 30 minutes was way more valuable than the $10,000 in 90 days I just spent with this other guy. And that to me is like the entire issue with the industry. It just should not be the case. I'm not a business coach. Like, what I have to say should not be more valuable than what you're getting for $10,000 in a 90-day program.
I think what happens with a lot of these guys is they start off with business coaching business and they might be helping one or two people, but then they start to systemize these people and they're chasing more and more money. And as soon as they want more money, what happens is the quality of the program diminishes because they don't have the systems and the support to actually keep on providing for those customers. It's one thing to have consulting and talk to someone one-on-one. If you're following someone's success, that's really easy to do. But actually to have a system, a program that gets people results without specifically having one-on-one sessions all the time is going to be is massive, right? And that's what I see personally. A lot of these guys is they just don't have the systems in place.
Yeah. And that's the thing. And you're right. It always happens at scale. Whenever they're trying to scale, that's when things start to kind of fall apart. I'm very friendly with lots of mentors, especially the one that I promote within the group, because I personally vet them to make sure that I can put my name behind them. But what's happening worse than just like not having the systems is that they truly don't care about the client. Because even though they don't have the systems, like for me, if I built something too fast, my customer service would be on point because I'd still want people to be happy. And it's not their fault that my systems aren't in place the way that they should be. But the way that in the group, people are posting screenshots of conversations with these guys, and the customer service is absolutely terrible. In my opinion, the customer service speaks to really figuring out why the mentor is really in the industry, right? If I drop the ball, my customer service is going to show you that I still care about you and that I'm here for the right reasons. But what we're seeing with a lot of these kind of sham mentors and people who are just in the space for the money is that once you pay them $10K, it's kind of like you're working for them. God forbid you need a link that you can't find, or a document that's sent to you, or a cheat sheet that's sent to you. And the rudeness that happens in these conversations, and just like the lack of responsibility, is jaw-dropping. And just like it shows an incredible disdain and lack of respect for the fitness industry and fitness coaches. Like, we're all here to make an impact, but these guys are just really here to make money. And it's very obvious. They don't really try and hide it.
Well, when you look at the average income of someone in the fitness industry, it's often not that high. And for these people charging programs that are high ticket in the coaching space, 5 figures at least, that can be that person's life savings, or it might be that they don't even have that. Like you said, you have to get multiple credit cards to do it. So it isn't a decision that should be taken lightly without at least understanding that you have. I think the goal of any program should be that it helps you get a return on investment, but also it helps you avoid really like key mistakes and get to your goal faster and with a much greater level of certainty. Now, it's not to say that any program is going to be able to provide 100%, because there's 2 elements here. There's the program and the mentors, and then there's also the participant of the program. So obviously the job of the mentor needs to be to do everything that they can in the delivery and the systemization and the support that's delivered, so that that customer, that Fit Pro, can, as long as they do their part, they're going to have a lot of success.